Now, picture this. The ancient Egyptian world, a land basking under the fiery gaze of the sun god Ra, where the Nile murmurs with secrets older than time itself. This is where Bastet's story begins. She wasn't just born, she was forged by cosmic forces, the offspring of Ra, the blazing sun god. And Ursat, also known as Isis or Isis, the mesmerizing goddess of magic and motherhood. Their union wasn't just celestial, it was monumental. An event that echoed through the heavens, carrying whispers of a goddess who would one day divide an entire civilization. When Bastet emerged, it was like watching the universe paint its masterpiece. The golden rays of Ra didn't just touch the earth, they caressed it, igniting the spark of life. From this cosmic ballad, Bastet arrived, a divine figure destined to leave an indelible mark on Egyptian mythology. Now, imagine Bastet herself. She is no ordinary goddess. She is the perfect blend of elegance and power, embodying the mystique of a cat and the grace of a woman. Her beauty radiated like the very sun she was born from, adorned with sacred symbols that spoke of light and life. She wasn't just a deity to worship, she was a vision to behold. In moments of celebration, Bastet wielded the sistrum, a musical instrument whose hypnotic chimes seemed to ripple through the cosmos itself. Her eyes, sharp yet soft, mirrored the duality of her nature, a protector capable of both fierce loyalty and gentle nurture. Even the Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, seemed to pause when she walked, as if the river itself was in awe. And as the sun set, her silhouette, crowned with a radiant solar disk, became a testament to her celestial origins. Bastet was more than a goddess. She was a paradox made divine, the ferocity of predator, the tenderness of a mother, and the radiance of the sun personified. To the people of Egypt, she wasn't just a guardian. She was a living hymn, a reminder that light and strength could exist in perfect harmony. Now on to her roles and purpose. Bastet wasn't just a celestial bystander, hovering aloof in the heavens. No, she was an ever-present force, woven into the daily lives of the ancient Egyptians. So, picture this. In the intimate glow of a family heart, her presence was felt like the warm embrace of a mother's love. Families turned to her, not only for protection, but for guidance, trusting in her benevolent watch to shield their homes from the unseen dangers of the world outside. And, as a protector of households, Bastet became a sentinel of peace, her unseen hand ensuring that the chaos of life remained at bay. She was the goddess of home and fertility, her blessings touching everything, from the birth of children to the prosperity of crops. Her divine influence permeated every corner of existence, manifesting the laughter of children, the bounty of a harvest, and the unshakable bonds of family. Bastet embodied a delicate balance, fierce enough to ward off threats, yet gentle enough to bring joy and harmony. To invoke her name was to welcome a guardian who celebrated life's blessings while standing firm against its hardships. Now, assisting Ra against Apep. When night fell and Ra embarked on his perilous journey through the underworld, Bastet was there, a steadfast ally in the eternal battle against chaos. Imagine this, the sun god ship slicing through the inky blackness with Apep, the great serpent of disorder lurking in the shadows, waiting to strike. And then Bastet. Armed with claws as sharp as the stars and a gaze that pierced the very void, she fought alongside other deities to defend Ra's passage. Her strength wasn't just physical, it was cosmic. Every swipe of her claws and every glint of her radiant eyes upheld the balance of creation, ensuring that the sun would rise again. Bastet wasn't merely a goddess of nurturing, she was a warrior, a beacon of light in the face of encroaching darkness. Now, there's a duality of Bastet and Sekhmet. Feline goddesses rule the Egyptian cosmos, but none more strikingly than Bastet and Sekhmet. Two sides of the same divine coin. On one side was Bastet, the gentle guardian, nurturing and serene. On the other was Sekhmet, the lioness goddess of unyielding power, whose wrath could scorch the earth. This duality wasn't a contradiction though, it was a reflection of life itself. You see, to the Egyptians, Bastet and Sekhmet symbolized the balance of chaos and order, destruction and protection. Through rituals and prayers, they sought to channel Sekhmet's fiery rage into Bastet's calming grace, a metaphysical act of transforming chaos into harmony. Their intertwined existence taught a profound truth. Peace could not exist without the threat of disorder, and even the fiercest forces could be tempered by compassion. Now, there's also Setna and the Book of Duality, also known as Thoth. Bastet's role as a bringer of justice shines vividly in the story of Setna, a prince whose hubris led him to challenge the gods themselves. Setna's theft of the sacred Book of Duality set off a chain of events orchestrated by none other than Bastet, who took on human form to mete out divine punishment. Through cunning trials and relentless discipline, Bastet unraveled Setna's arrogance, forcing him to confront the consequences of his actions. It was cruelty, it was a lesson. When Setna finally repented, returning the book to its rightful place, Bastet's mercy restored balance. His family, spared from any calamity, stood as a testament to the goddess's dual nature, a punisher when provoked, but also a healer and protector. Bastet's justice wasn't about vengeance, it was about restoration. In guiding Setna to humility, she reaffirmed her role as a goddess who upheld the fragile balance between justice and compassion. Now, let us talk about the connection to cats. If Bastet was the goddess of protection, grace and mystery, then cats were her earthly avatars. You see, in ancient Egypt, these sleek, enigmatic creatures were nothing less than sacred, embodying the spirit of the goddess herself. Cats weren't just pets. They were guardians and companions. Their presence, a living echo of Bastet's watchful gaze. Adorned with jeweled colors, cats prowled the halls of royal palaces, their movements elegant and deliberate, as if aware of their divine connection. In homes, they guarded against vermin, ensuring the prosperity of granaries and protecting resources critical to survival. Their ability to strike with precision mirrored Bastet's balance of ferocity and grace. But the reverence for cats went deeper than their practical roles. Egyptians immortalized these animals in statues, carvings, and paintings. their forms captured with the kind of reverence reserved for the divine. In death, cats were treated with the utmost respect. They were even mummified and interred in sacred cemeteries near Bastet's temples, their spirits believed to join the goddess in her eternal domain. To honor a cat was to honor Bastet herself. Now on to the cult of Bubastis and ritual involving Bastet. If there was a beating heart of Bastet's worship, it was the city of Bubastis, known in its time as a vibrant hub of devotion. Bubastis bore the goddess's sacred name and stood as a testament to her significance in Egyptian culture. Its grand temples, adorned with carvings of the goddess in her hybrid feline form, were a destination for pilgrims seeking her blessings. By the way, the name Bubastis is also another name for Bastet herself. And the annual festival of Bubastis wasn't just an event, it was the event, a spectacle that drew worshippers from across Egypt. Imagine boats gliding along the Nile, their decks bursting with offerings, music and joyous revels. The air was alive with the jingling of sistrums and the chorus of hymns sung in Bastet's honor. Feasting, laughter and celebration filled the streets as people came together to express gratitude to the goddess who protected their homes and nurtured their families. Within the temples, priests performed sacred rituals, offering incense, flowers and finely crafted artifacts at the feet of Bastet statues. Worshippers kneeled before her image, seeking her aid in matters of the heart, the home, and of course, the soul. For many, these festivals were more than celebrations. They were affirmations of the bond between the divine and mortal worlds, a chance to feel the goddess's presence and draw strength from her eternal guardianship. Now, let us talk about Bastet's healing powers and her role in the afterlife. You see, Bastet's influence wasn't limited to protection and joy. She was also a healer, revered for her ability to mend the wounds of both body and spirit. Her temples often doubled as centers of healing, where skilled priests combined medical knowledge with mystical practices, invoking Bastet's name to treat the sick and ailing. Pregnant women turned to Bastet in their most vulnerable moments, praying for safe deliveries and healthy children. Her image, often depicted with symbols of life and protection, like the Ankh or the sistrum, became a source of hope and comfort. To mothers, she was a divine ally, a nurturing force who watched over their families with a protective embrace. Even in death, Bastet's care endured. Amulets bearing her likeness were placed with the deceased, signifying her role as a guide and protector in the afterlife. She was believed to shield souls on their perilous journey beyond, ensuring their safe passage to eternal peace. Tombs and funerary art often depicted her, a testament to her role as a guardian, not just in life, but in eternity. Bastet wasn't merely a goddess of life. She was a bridge between worlds, a divine presence whose healing touch and protective spirit extended far beyond the mortal realm. Now, Bastet had also counterparts across different mythologies. So, imagine this. Across time and cultures, humans have woven myths to make sense of the world, threading common archetypes into their stories. One such archetype is the goddess who protects, nurtures, and embodies balance, an idea so powerful it transcends borders and belief systems. Bastet, the feline goddess of ancient Egypt, is one such figure, revered for her duality of grace and ferocity. Her influence reaches far beyond the sands of the Nile, echoing across mythologies and cultures. But what's truly fascinating? The uncanny parallels between Bastet and the other goddesses worldwide. Coincidence? Or could it be that these archetypes point to something far grander than mere stories? Well, let's have a look, beginning with Hestia, the Greek goddess of hearth and home. So, let's start with ancient Greece, where Hestia reigned supreme over the hearth and home. Hestia was a goddess, is a goddess, of warmth and domesticity, ensuring harmony within the household, eerily similar to Bastet's role as the guardian of homes. Both deities were seen as intimate protectors, not just distant figures in the celestial realm, but deeply embedded in the everyday lives of their people. While Hestia was tied to the flame of the hearth, Bastet's sacred cats were guardians of the home, warding off vermin and danger, whether through the warmth of a fire or the watchful eyes of her cats. Both goddesses brought safety and comfort to families, embodying humanity's universal yearning for security. Up next, we have Artemis, the Greek goddess for a wild protector of children. Another Greek goddess brings a wilder energy to the conversation. As the protector of young women and goddess of the hunt, Artemis shares Bastet's maternal instincts, and both deities are fierce defenders of children, blending nurturing care with her readiness to strike down threats. And let's not forget their connection to animals. Artemis with her stages and wolves, and Bastet with her sacred cats, of course. Their domains stretch from the hearth to the wilderness, showing that protection isn't confined to the safety of the home, it extends to every corner of life. Now, let us shift to the icy north, where Freyja, the Norse goddess of love, war and fertility, rides into view, quite literally, in a chariot pulled by cats. Yeah, cats. The same sleek, enigmatic creatures revered by Bastet in Egypt take center stage in Freyja's mythos. But that's not all. Like Bastet, Freyja straddles a delicate balance. She's a nurturer, a bringer of life. Yet, she also plays a role in war, collecting the souls of fallen warriors. This duality mirrors Bastet's blend of ferocity and grace, showing us that even vastly different climates and cultures, the archetype of the cat-like goddess endures. Now, let's go into the Hindu mythology. Durga, the warrior mother. For a goddess who perfectly embodies the duality of nurture and wrath, look no further than Durga in Hindu mythology. Often depicted riding a lion or tiger, Durga mirrors Bastet's feline symbolism and warrior spirits. Durga isn't just a protector of homes, she's a cosmic warrior battling forces of chaos to preserve balance in the universe. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Bastet's role as Ra's ally in his nightly struggle against Apep, the serpent of chaos, echoes Durga's fight against demonic forces. Both goddesses stand as beacons of order in a world constantly flirting with disorder. And now another jump, this time into the Celtic myth. Brigid, the goddess of hearth and healing. She occupies a similar space as Bastet. Both goddesses were deeply tied to their people's physical and spiritual well-being, ensuring that families thrived and communities endured. What's more, Brigid, like Bastet, was celebrated in vibrant festivals filled with music and offerings. These rituals weren't just about honoring a deity, they were about reaffirming the connection between the mortal and divine realms. And of course, let's come back to Egypt again, with Hathor and Sekhmet, Bastet's close kin. So, even within Egypt, Bastet wasn't alone in her divine duality. Her sister deities, Hathor and Sekhmet, embody aspects of her character, each representing a different facet of feline power. Hathor, the goddess of love and joy, mirrors Bastet's nurturing and celebratory side, while Sekhmet, as already mentioned, the lioness warrior, channels her ferocity. Together, these goddesses form a trinity of feline might, reflecting the balance of grace, protection, and destructive power found in Bastet herself. Now, the bigger picture, a shared archetype. What does this all even mean? The similarities between Bastet and these other beautiful goddesses aren't just coincidences, they are patterns. Across cultures, we see recurring themes of goddesses who embody protection, balance, and the nurturing forces of life. Is it possible that these archetypes represent something more? Our shared human understanding of the divine? Perhaps these beautiful goddesses are echoes of a deeper truth, reflecting humanity's universal need for figures who protect, guide, and restore balance in a chaotic world. Or maybe, just maybe, they are all connected. Threads in a cosmic tapestry that spans time and space. What if the myths we tell aren't isolated stories, but fragments of a universal narrative? Well, one thing is certain. Bastet's story is far more than a tale of a feline goddess. It's a doorway into a world of shared myths and collective wonder, a reminder that even across cultures and centuries, humanity has always looked to the stars and to the earth for the same eternal truths. Now, as we trace the story of Bastet, the feline goddess of ancient Egypt, a profound truth emerges. Mythology, far from being a collection of isolated tales, is a shared human language. Across cultures and epochs, the themes that shape Bastet's character, protection, balance, nurturing, and ferocity, echo through countless deities in mythologies of the world, from Hestia's Hearth to Freyja's chariot-pulling cat, from Durga's tiger to Sekhmet's lioness. The archetype of the divine protector transcends borders and belief systems. But what makes Bastet particularly striking is her ability to embody both joy and strength, motherhood and battle, a duality that speaks to the human experience itself. Life, after all, is a delicate balance of tenderness and resilience, celebration and challenge. Bastet and her counterparts remind us that even the divine reflects these contradictions, providing solace and inspiration as we navigate our own dualities. But these parallels do more than just connect stories. They hint at something larger. The shared archetypes we see in mythology suggest a universal thread in human thought. Whether in the blazing deserts of Egypt, the icy landscapes of Scandinavia, or the vibrant forests of India, people have turned to similar symbols, expressed their hopes, fears, and understanding of the cosmos. Could it be that these myths aren't merely stories, but fragments of a greater unified narrative? Perhaps they are reflections of a collective consciousness, a shared human quest to make sense of the world and our place within it. Or maybe they are echoes of something even deeper, a primal truth that transcends time and space, hinting at a universal divine essence that connects us all. In the end, Bastet's tale is more than the story of a goddess. It's a testament to the enduring power of myth, a reminder that while our cultures and languages may differ, the questions that unite us are timeless. Through her, and through the deities like her, we glimpse the profound interconnectedness of human imagination, a thread that binds us not just to each other, but to the stars, the earth, and the mysteries that lie beyond.